Hey guys, so literally 5 minutes ago I just finished reading The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime and I really enjoyed myself. Seriously, this book is amazing. I loved it. Basically, the story follows Christopher, who's an autistic 15-year-old, and right at the beginning of the book he discovers that his next door neighbour's dog has been killed with a gardening fork through him, if that's not too gross for you to hear. And the book sort of follows him trying to solve the mystery of what happened to his dog, and then he uncovers a whole load of other mysteries and he starts solving them and stuff. And it kind of just sort of follows Christopher trying to solve a couple of mysteries while he also deals with his limitations because he is autistic. And I really have wanted to read this for a really long time actually, because one, my mum had recommended it to me ages ago, like years ago now, and I've always meant to read it. Also because it has an autistic main character and the entire book is made from his point of view. And I know a lot of people on the autistic spectrum. I know like 5 or 6 people, and I've known quite a few of them my entire life. And autism is something that I'm quite sort of, I wouldn't say passionate about, but there's a lot of, I always want to see more autistic characters in things and stuff because they represent a lot of people that I know, and I just think that there needs to be more autistic characters out there, and this, the writer of this is amazing. The research he did into autism and how autistic people think and all the rest of it is incredible. It's so accurate to what I know of autism and all the different versions of it. It's amazing, seriously. And how Christopher sort of calms himself down when he's stressed out, why he gets stressed out, how he plans his days around all of his little quirks and stuff. Like, he doesn't like the colour yellow, but he likes red things and stuff like that. It's so well researched and so well written. I really enjoyed myself. It was just, I just really loved it. And one of the main things about this book is the fact that because Christopher is autistic, he sometimes misses cues from other people. So you kind of start cringing a lot of the time because you know what's coming, or at least you think you know what's coming. And it's really well written because you sort of cringe through it, and then when it's actually revealed and he's told, it's really sort of still quite shocking, if you know what I mean. And sort of you really root for Christopher the entire time because of a lot of reasons, and not just because he's autistic, because he never says the word, funnily enough, he never says the word autistic throughout this entire book, ever. To him, he knows he's got special needs, but he doesn't, make a big thing out of him. It's just who he is, and it's just how he acts, and that's just normal for him, and he just carries on like normal, and he doesn't make a big thing out of it and stuff. He only makes big things out of things that actually upset him. So I won't go into spoilers, but a couple of things happen that really upset him, and you can kind of tell when he's having a bit of a breakdown and stuff like that. But to him, it's just normal behaviour, and others do react slightly differently around him, obviously because they don't understand, but to him, it's all normal. And I really like that because it made him seem like he wasn't ostracised from society. He was just there, and just because he didn't understand what anybody else was on about didn't mean that he wasn't actually he wasn't feeling like he was an outsider for things. He just carried on, and he just wanted to get to the end of the mystery, and I just really love this book. Basically, I just really love this book. I can't quite describe how much I love this book right now. I'm kind of a mess of emotions. It's just, I love the mystery of this, and I loved how Christopher was portrayed and how all the other characters were portrayed and all the rest of it. And even though he didn't go quite into a lot of detail about, let's say, the important things about what the characters around him were doing, you still got a really good sense of what everybody was feeling and what they were doing and why they were acting like they were. And it was simply done with the mystery, but it was so effectively done. I loved it. One thing I will say though is that there are a few references in this to maths, and Maths is not my strong point. To say the least, maths is not my strong point. I hate maths, hence why I like reading so much and writing so much. So, I don't like maths, and he does some quite complicated maths things in there, but there's diagrams all the way through, and he explains it properly, and even if it goes straight over your head, you can kind of... It's not completely integral to the story that you understand the math things. It's more how Christopher calms himself down as he's going along, more than it actually helping to unravel the mystery of things and all the rest of it. I loved how immersive Christopher's world was as well. I just really enjoyed this book. It is amazing. I really loved it, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody, especially those who know people who are autistic or have Asperger's, and they want to kind of know a bit more about how the Asperger's and autistic mind works, because I think this is a really good explanation of it. This is actually probably on par with like Alphas, which did a really good job with Gary Bell, who was also autistic. Other representations I've seen aren't as good as this, but this is definitely in my top 2 autistic portrayals. It's amazing, seriously. And if you know anybody on the autistic spectrum, or you are yourself, either you will gain a hell of a lot more of understanding of the autistic brain, or you'll find someone who's really like you in the way that they think and stuff like that. It's really good. And even if you don't know anybody with autism and you just want a mystery story or something like that, this is really good. Seriously, I would highly recommend it. It's amazing. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you also agree with me, please tell me down in the comments, or if you didn't like this book, please tell me why, because I really enjoyed it, and I'd like to see everybody else's opinions on this, because I know it's quite a popular book, but it's quite an old one, so I don't know how many people have actually sort of read it recently, or if they've read it quite a long time ago, or whatever. Basically, just tell me down in the comments what you thought of this, because I really enjoyed myself. And if you want to see more of my videos where I talk more about books, please click subscribe. That'd be awesome. But until next time, guys, bye!